to Talking Crass. Beat, we're back, finally. Again, like we say, every episode has been a few days. But it's all good, because we've got World Cup fever. I've been getting drunk, you've been enjoying the matches. We might have been a bit lacklustre recently.
100% agree.
It's World Cup fever time.
2-week hiatus.
Damn right we haven't one. We'll probably have another one after this.
There hasn't been a film out since doing... Has there only been a film out since Jurassic World 2?
There's been a fucking...
Incredibles 2.
It's summer.
Is it summer?
Where have all the films gone?
Bonnie Tyler. Bonnie Tyler?
Bonnie Tyler? I don't know.
Liv Tyler? No, Liv Tyler's the actress.
Liv Tyler out of bloody Armageddon?
Yes.
Right.
Bonnie Tyler sung that song.
Okay.
No?
I don't know what you're fucking talking about.
Where have all the good men gone? Where have all the films gone, joke?
Right, okay.
Is that Bonnie Tyler?
That's gone straight over everyone's head straight away.
Is that Bonnie Tyler?
Yes, I think so.
It's definitely not.
It's a film podcast, Pete. It's an 80s pop.
The logistics is I'd search it now, but I've turned off my Wi-Fi to stop buzzy noises.
And we've also... Right, what was the argument we were having before we turned the podcast on, Pete? About volume through mics?
The podcast we have been taught is keep it as high as possible without making clicking.
But I listened back to one of the podcasts, and there was just a background buzz that was really annoyed us.
Were we playing in the middle of Alaska?
That might be it. What's that outpost called out the thing? Points if you get it.
The outpost?
Can you remember what the outpost called?
Well, it's not in Alaska.
Nostromo. Moving on.
Well done!
No, it's fucking aliens, that, isn't it?
Yes.
Right, what were we talking about? Basically, are we coming home?
It's coming home. Signed, sealed, delivered. The Jules Rimet is on the way.
Obviously, we're avid football fans, but we try and stay away from that with it being a film podcast. Does this give us ample opportunity, B, to discuss it?
To discuss the World Cup?
Yeah.
Absolutely. Because this film...
Have you got anything you want to get
was not a good choice. In hindsight, this film was not a good choice for a podcast.
Right.
We need to fill a lot of time, alright?
So the episode revolves around the 1981 film Escape to Victory, or sometimes known as just Victory.
Or sometimes known as...
Directed by John Huston, or Huston.
Houston.
Houston, we have a problem
in pronouncing your name.
John Huston beat.
Yep.
I went on the Wikipedia, because that's where you get all reliable information from.
That, yeah.
And apparently he's like Marilyn Monroe's favourite director ever. Said that he's the reason for being so good and being an actress.
Take from that what you will. Take from that what you willy. Thank you.
Okay.
He did what's something for Sierra Madre?
Look at this dude.
The Hunt for Sierra Madre. What a man.
He's got a cowboy hat on. He's smoking a cigar. He's also wearing braces. I'm fucking in. Huston in Chinatown, 1974.
Nice.
Fucking hell, he was born in 1906. Does that say a lot about this film? He recorded this
1906?
He recorded this film when he's 140 years old.
Jesus Christ. That makes perfect sense.
I'm joking.
Where are we at?
If he was born in 1906 and this film came out in 1981, Bede, how old was he when he directed this film?
Dun 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 dun. I'm not good with math. I'm going...
Do you want to take your 50-50 or not?
75? 1981?
Yeah, that's right.
Thank you.
75 when he directed the film, Bede. What a classic it is. We can't wait to talk about it.
It definitely doesn't show.
Anyway, the World Cup.
Yes.
Who's your favourite, Bede? Who have you got your money on?
Who's the money on?
Who's your money on?
Angleterre.
Really?
Aye?
You think we're bringing it home?
Absolutely.
To be fair, there's only us. We have been impressive, but we've only played Tunisia and Panama. But to be fair, in the past, we would have probably gotten beaten of one of them, or conceded a last-minute goal and drew the game to fuck us completely up.
I definitely agree.
We're looking solid. I like the atmosphere in the camp at the minute. Gareth Southgate, I was probably his biggest critic.
Absolutely.
His win is over though. Sir Gareth Southgate after the tournament.
He's gone from being an absolute loser to being a somewhat winner. But he has got a great team. He's made the decision to play the best right back in the world. Yes, I said it. Centre half. Who knew?
Kyle Walker.
Yeah, Trippier is literally breaking all records.
This has caused a lot of... Obviously, me and B go out with the lads, and there's a lot of football discussion. There's a lot of heated debate. There's a lot of characters and egos. Yeah. And everyone's got a different opinion. beat you at loggerheads with one lad because you said that this lad like swears by Trippier.
Yeah.
He's been doing alright, Trippier. He's been doing
Alright,
okay.
he's been fantastic.
Yeah, but you want to see Walker out there.
But he ain't the Flash,
Okay.
alright?
The Flash.
The way I've talked to my dad about it is, it's the scene in Game of Thrones when Khaleesi chains up the dragons. Kyle Walker's been chained to the wall. All he wants to do is fly and eat. Let him run.
He's dying. Like he looks withdrawn in that role.
All right.
And to be fair, I did think it was a penalty against Tunisia as well. Honestly,
I disagree completely.
I thought it was a penalty.
It's not.
I thought you should defend it better. We'll see. I'm excited to play Belgium though. I think.
Bring him on.
We'll,
France B team.
come on then. Before we move on, I want a result from you.
Easy. Are we going to concede? No. 2-0.
Do you think we'll concede against Belgium?
2-0. They haven't got it in them.
I'll go 2-1. I honestly think we'll beat them. I don't know myself saying this.
2-0.
I was going to move on to something absolutely incredibly important there, but I've totally forgot.
Moving on.
So that's our World Cup roundup.
There you go.
It sounds like we know nothing about football, by the way. Oh, that was what I was going to mention. Shout out, by the way, to Jordan Pickford and Jordan Henderson.
Shout out.
2 Sunderland lads
Right.
in the starting 11 of an
Brilliant.
English team in a World Cup.
Washington
What does that say about
and
Sunderland?
Farrington.
Yeah, it's all under the same umbrella.
It says, don't ever come here. It's not the best place on earth.
It says if you're looking for good footballers and you're looking for good podcasts, you come to Sunderland.
Jesus Christ. One of them statements is true.
Beat, should we move on, right? Should we go straight into it? There's been a lot of horsing around recently on the podcast.
I'd try and segue that, but I haven't got a horse joke in it.
So,
Nah.
since we've been watching Escape to Victory and Beat enjoyed it that much, we've decided to do the not necessarily top 5 this week on. Not necessarily top 5. Worst acting cameos. Does that make sense to you, Pete?
Is worst spelt like Brockwurst? Germany joke. What did it make sense to us?
So the footballers act in this.
Act?
Did you?
Turn up.
We'll talk about that in the actual film discussion.
All right.
But do you want to hit us away a bit? Is there any awkward? I want to say non-actors. Is non-actors who've been in film?
I'm putting it towards you now. There's definitely loads. I can't remember any at all.
You
all
can't
right?
remember any.
No.
I've definitely got 3 good ones.
Blanked out. So what I've done is I've gone for people who have been in main roles.
Right.
And there's a thing that ties them all together. All right. Try and guess what it is.
So again, what you've done is totally ignored what I said and not
Yeah.
pick any not necessarily top 5 to do with this, and just gone totally rogue.
True to the name.
You've gone bloody rogue, Beat.
Let's say it's not necessarily a top 5 which you wanted.
Okay, let's go.
First one, Michael Jordan, Space Jam.
I'll give you that one.
What? It's not a cameo. He's a main role.
Oh shit! I don't mean cameos. I mean like roles.
What? I don't mean cameos. I mean what you said. Cameo. It's the words and the.
And I
Right.
should have probably rephrased
What
it.
do you want that? Roles.
Just roles.
Will
Oh,
Michael
yours
Jordan-
right.
Will all 3 fit the bill?
Minor cameos though, I think.
What does that mean? I think.
Yeah, minor cameos.
Right, like a 10-second.
So minor
appearance.
cameos, yours are main roles.
Yes.
Okay, let's rock.
You go next.
I'll go. David Beckham out of King Arthur.
Oh my god, that's a good one.
4K.
Absolutely.
The only DVD
dreadful.
we've got in our collection, which is 4K.
It's only UHD, like. Do you want to hear his line? What's his line? 2 hands around the handle, son, and give it a good pull. I was like,
It was
wow.
so cringy.
Oh, David, did you cheat on your wife or not? That's what I want to know.
We're gonna discuss this later. You can't throw that shit in yet.
Is he a good person? Did I make this up in my head? Was
Right.
this a dream? Or did he get spiked by Daily Mail in saying that why the fuck have the royal family not give me a knighthood?
So his emails got leaked, right?
Right,
And goddamn golden balls
right.
fucking said like, I can't believe I've only got a fucking OBE, not a knighthood.
Did that happen?
Apparently it did.
Did that happen?
But it's fucking it's the Daily Fail, so we're not
Oh
trusting
my
it.
god! Don't say that again. Did that get swept under the rug?
I don't know.
Is he liked?
I like him.
Did he cheat on his wife?
I don't know. It's all suspicion.
Okay.
This came out recently. It's got nothing to do with the OBE stuff. This is recent stuff that come out.
I mean, I understand that celebrity.
I think it's because they went to that royal wedding and her face was like a smacked ass all the way through
does
it.
that mean?
So people just fucking put out there for
Oh right.
just being cheated on.
Sorry, I took that as a domestic abuse thing and not that her face was
What?
just dull. Right,
No,
I
I meant
understand.
like a dull face.
People might not
He's
understand.
beating Victoria Beckham beat.
All right.
This is going on Cliff Richard vibes. this.
Absolutely. Anyway, what I'm saying is, yes, as a celebrity, it's difficult to actually represent your true personal life because it's just made up by newspapers. But I don't like him. Alright?
You think you don't like him?
I think it's worked.
He's a cool bloke. He looks cool.
That's
Beat you
saying-
like
that's
shivering
like,
here.
That's like saying Hitler was cool.
But he wasn't. Because he had weed hair and a fucking little
He
tag.
wasn't cool at all. You're
He
exactly
wasn't
right.
cool at all.
He's an awful person.
Now if you said young, fuck.
Charles Manson.
No. Young, who's the Russian dude who overthrew,
Oh, Stalin.
Stalin.
Right.
Have you seen pictures of young Stalin?
Yes.
Fucking Google
He looks
pictures
like
of young
he's out
Stalin.
One Direction.
He looks like fucking that Zayn Malik now.
He does.
He's wearing a fucking cravat
So you're
and
saying he
everything.
looked cool there, but he murdered.
But he's evil.
He murdered
That's-
millions and
Yeah,
millions
so
of people.
does that make him not cool?
That's not a cool thing to do in my
It's
book.
not a cool thing to do, but does that not make you like look at him and go, he looks cool? Is there a
What does that
difference?
mean? I mean, the coolness is relinquished once we see the fact that he murdered 5 million people or something
It's
more,
like a
10, 20.
Peep show. What's the peep show?
Oh. I've got a t-shirt you like. That's Chairman Mao. He was responsible for the deaths of millions. You love history. That's great, that.
It's fucking unreal. We advocates for Peep Show. It's the greatest comedy ever made. There you go, I've
Yes.
said it.
Other than Brass Eye.
Where we at, beat, we've digressed.
Digressed.
It's you to go on
me to
another,
go.
on another non-cameo.
Shaquille O'Neal in Steel.
Shaquille O'Neal in Steel.
Have you seen Steel?
No.
No. Do you know what
I've
Steel
seen
is?
Real Steel.
Do you know what Steel?
I've seen Real
Steel's a
Steel.
good film.
With Hugh Jackman in.
Hubert Jackman.
But wouldn't say we went to that as well. For some reason, we wanted to say how much we liked Hugh Jackman.
And now we were in the car. And we're in the car, right?
We're like,
Oh, and we were just like, wow, how good's Hugh Jackman? That somehow came up. The song came on for that film he's in.
yes, yeah.
And you were like, have you seen the YouTube of when he's like singing? I haven't seen that yet still. But he's a legend. He can sell any film. He's like Dwayne The Rock Johnson, but better.
I was gonna say he's not only. I was gonna say he's not only Russell Crowe Gladiator. No, not Russell Crowe. I'm saying he's not only the Spaniard in Gladiator. He's also Jean Valjean.
What does that mean?
I got mixed up between Russell Crowe and Hugh Jackman.
Unbelievable.
No, okay, Hugh Jackman. If anyone also, we're not gonna link it. Just YouTube with Hugh Jackman playing cricket against Shane Warne. It's the greatest thing I've ever seen. That's 4 more.
Or more. He definitely turns more Aussie as well when he's in the.
Is he our favourite actor, Hugh Jackman?
He's possibly
he can play
our favourite
Wolverine
actor.
and he can also play Jean Valjean out of Les Mis.
There's
There
that.
you go.
What a man. What a man.
My next one, B.
Oh, can we talk more about Shaquille O'Neal and
Yes,
Steel?
sorry, we'll go back to it.
Do you know what Steel is?
I know what Real Steel is with Hugh Jackman in.
Do you know what Steel is?
No.
So Steel,
I know what steel is, the metal.
yes,
Right.
it's a formidable metal, not as strong as tungsten. Moving
Do
on.
you know the chemical symbol for steel?
ST. No, I can't
I
remember.
can't believe you don't know that. How we're moving on.
What is it?
I can't believe you don't know that. Moving on. I've got no fucking idea. I know. Isn't iron like
Oh, come on.
G or something?
Gee, what? What's gold?
Oh fuck! I should know. Isn't this the pointless shit that you learn at school and you never
Steel-
need?
is
See, this is pointless shit you learn at school and you never need again in your life,
That is true.
unless you're gonna be like a fucking
Loser.
sci-
Yeah.
a fucking
A
scientist.
loser? Yeah, I'm scientist. You know, fucking. What a bunch of dogs trying to save and progress humanity.
Get yourself a real job, plumbing, electrics. Oh fucking hell, I'm sweating here. It's summer.
Hold on.
It's been 13 days.
Anyway, AU for gold.
Isn't that silver?
No, silver's like silver, S in it.
I know magnesium's Mg.
Well done. I'm going iron Fe. Fe, man.
Zinc Z.
Well done. ZN?
No, it's just Z, I think.
All right then.
It's probably ZN.
What about PB?
PB.
Plumbon. It's copper, I think, because plumbers use it.
If
That's how
you
I
just made
remember.
that up.
That's how it did it in my head. All right. It was like a whatever. Moving on.
Trying to think of another one.
Jesus Christ.
No, come on, moving on. We're not going to go
What
through
about-
the full periodic table.
There's one which is like no, boring. Buckminster Fullerene?
I thought you were going to say boranium or something.
Baranium.
What's the
Boron.
What's the alkaline metals where you can drop some into a bath and blow fucking shit
I
up?
didn't know.
It reacts with water. So there's alkaline metals where there's like one which is like ridiculous. It's cesium. Cesium's ridiculous. So if you drop cesium, C I think, into a bath, it just fucking
Explodes.
I've got a funny
Why
story
has
as
no
well.
one done that?
I've got a funny story as well.
Alright.
When I was working in the behavioural unit with all the kids,
Right.
I don't do that anymore. I've quit.
Yeah.
At university now, want to become an English teacher, we'll move on.
Brilliant.
That's just the life story of John.
Mm.
Before, what made it gives a passion for teaching was working in a behavioural unit with all the bad kids.
Yes.
Are you allowed to call them bad kids?
Yeah. It's exactly what you're not meant to call them.
Behavioural problem kids. Are you allowed to call them behavioural
I mean, these
problem
weren't the
kids?
best kids of what I've seen firsthand. They're not good kids.
One kid grabbed a fire extinguisher off the wall and sprayed me manager in his face.
I mean, that's not a good action.
Right, anyway, so obviously I
Is
had
it
them
their
eating out of
fault?
the palm of my hand. They loved me. They were great with us. Never gives no bother.
Of course.
Okay? So I had them all in. I was trying to teach them the periodic table. I'm on doing the alkaline metals.
No, right.
So since I know everything, straight to YouTube. YouTube.
That's all teaching is.
So
YouTube.
there's me and 5 of these kids
Oh no.
sitting around a computer. And I went on YouTube reactions of alkaline metals.
Oh my god.
I'm glad I can say this now because I would have probably been sacked at the time.
Yeah.
You think it's worse than what it is, by the way. It's not as bad as what's going through your mind.
Right. Okay.
You're worried about what I'm going to say now, aren't you?
Yes.
Right. So, me and 5 of these kids were on this computer screen. Me Nakamanji, who I hate, is like, God night, just sitting chilling at a desk, probably looking through an Argos catalogue or something online
yeah.
while I'm teaching these kids. So it's going through all the different, like, there's different, like, alkaline metals. Like is magnesium one? I can't remember
don't
anyway.
know.
I know cesium one's because of this. So it's like, just someone dropped into like a little bit of water, it's like a sizzle.
Right. Okay.
And then you had the next one, it was a bit more of a reaction.
Yeah.
Then the next one,
Yeah.
and all the kids were like making notes
Yeah.
and watching this. And then it got like cesium or something.
Yeah.
Right?
Right. You compose yourself.
Someone dropped this into.
There's a block of it.
It was like a bomb or something to die. And it was just an ocean.
What?
Sorry, Pete, I've lost it. It was just an ocean, right? There was an ocean with a ship.
Well, like a mega cube of it.
Someone dropped this thing in the ocean and it was just like an atom bomb. And then it did one. And then it did one of them scary things that jump on the. I fucking. The kids got up and ran. I jumped. I was no good. So went through all them like it was like proper educational video.
Yeah.
Someone put them just look
Like
at it.
Nagasaki test footage.
Like bonus. Bonus is what happens when you put this metal in these we use as bombs.
That's
And
funny.
someone putting it in it's just like a
Oh
and then
my
someone just going
God.
on
Oh
the
my
screen.
god.
Oh.
So you taught them
Anyway,
how,
that's me story.
you
about-
taught them how to make bombs.
Well, I didn't
And then
mean
scared
to.
the shit out of them.
But it was like that time when you were watching that when we were kids and
Oh my
jumping the thing. Anyway, let's get back to what we're
Funny.
digressing.
Anyway, quick one on Steel. When Superman died in the comics, spoilers, like 3 Supermen took over.
Yeah.
So there was concurrent running titles called Man of Steel, and then Superman another one,
Uh-huh.
Breaker of Chains or something. They played on the words Man of Steel and literally brought a guy in who made a steel suit, which turned him into Superman. and this is the shoddy kind of.
Was it like a
imagining of
discount
that.
Iron Man?
Yeah, exactly like that. And he had a hammer because he was like a steel worker.
And it was Shaquille O'Neal.
And in the film, it's Shaquille O'Neal.
Why have we not done this film yet?
It's the worst film ever made.
Yeah, why have we not done this film yet?
We should be doing it.
Right, we were going to do this next. If anyone's heard of it,
Okay.
hit us up.
Quick point.
Yeah.
That's it. There you go.
that all yours?
Quick point. No,
Right, okay.
I've got one more.
This isn't a film, but it's a TV show that we've covered. Ed Sheeran, Game of Thrones.
All right.
I think I'm the only person in the world who fucking hates Ed Sheeran.
I'm not a fan.
And he was awful. He was awful in that thing.
I tried to refrain
His
from
singing was
negativity.
alright, but I don't
His
know.
singing was all right.
He was trying to act. It was just bombed, I think.
I think what's happened there, right? He saw the opportunity to make it into his favourite show without realising he's destroying the favourite show he wants. Like, I love something so much that I wouldn't. Like, say I've got an actor in the street, right?
Yeah.
I love. Say Christian Bale's sitting across from us at a dinner table. I like him that much. I'm not going to go over and interrupt his dinner.
I know what you mean.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'd give him. I like him that much. I wouldn't even bother him.
Mm-hmm.
Like that.
I
I
think we're
treat
not-
him like you want to be treated, which you
'Cause
want to
of-
be like
yeah.
a normal person. That's
What-
there you go. What he did.
What's that got to do with what's your point?
Ed Sheeran would go over and interrupt his dinner.
Right, and say I want to
He's-
be in this.
He's ruining the thing he loves
Yeah.
without thinking, and that's nothing.
Every
to
one
him.
of his songs sounds the same.
Now there's getting in the background like the guy from Coldplay did at the Red Wedding and banging a drum.
Like that's fair.
But then there's like bringing us out of my experience because it's Ed fucking Sheeran.
What about shout out to Scotty Boy, by the way? He's been on the podcast before. He did a Game of Thrones one.
Yes.
I loved the stat that he gave us when we were in Nando's the other day.
What was the statistic?
The most ever sick days were after the Red Wedding out of Game of Thrones.
Really?
Recorded in
That's
England.
insane.
That's been surpassed by after we beat Panama 5-0.
6-1.
Oh, sorry, 6-1.
Right.
5-0, sorry,
Yeah. The first half.
Because I'm a
ended.
true football supporter. Beat my next one. I'll jump straight into it.
Go for it.
Hulk Hogan Gremlins.
Hold on, you've had two now.
I know.
Right, what was that?
Hulk Hogan Gremlins.
Hulk Hogan's and Gremlins.
Is it Gremlins 2? It might be.
I can't remember at
It's
all.
Gremlins 2. He turns up. I'm sure he does.
He does.
I know he does.
Oh my word, he kicks ass and all.
He does kick ass.
It's like in Mars
Goddamn Hulk
Attacks.
Hogan.
In Mars Attacks, there's someone like that. Or Mars Attacks is just a random character.
I don't know. Who is it in Mars
It's like
Attacks?
the bodybuilder
I don't know.
who's playing like an Egyptian or something.
Is it not the Hulk dude?
Maybe Lou Ferrigno. I
Lou
don't think so.
Lou Ferrigno.
Anyway, last one. Dennis Rodman from Simon Says.
It's what Simon Says.
Like it's got Dane Cook. You know who Dane Cook is?
The comedy actor.
Yes.
Yeah, I get him.
And it's like in the future, but it's like an action movie, but it's a load of shit. It's like The Matrix, but it's got Dennis Rodman.
Did Dennis Rodman use all of his money to fucking get in this film?
Absolutely.
I get you.
I think he was coming off the back of Double Team with Jean-Claude Van Damme,
Fucking
which is another great movie.
double team.
I watched a Facebook video 2 days ago about Dennis Rodman. This is what sparked me knowledge
He's
about
apparently
it.
a fucking awful person. What did he do? He did something awful, didn't
He
he?
went in cahoots with North Korea. He was like shaking hand. He created the
Isn't he-
film,
isn't he like
the meet was it the meetup or something.
Right.
You know when Kim Jong Il is with Seth Rogen.
Yes.
The whole joke of that is kind of Dennis Rodman because Dennis Rodman went over and shook hands with him. He says brilliant. Have you seen that or not? Anyway, 2 days ago, Dennis Rodman, a Facebook video. Apparently, he's broke his penis like 4 times. There you go.
What?
He snapped his penis 4 times.
How the fuck? Oh, is it like he must have a massive penis? That
We went through 4. I'm guessing that as well. But we went through 4 different stories. He's trying to like pole vault into a girl and then like landed incorrectly.
He was trying to pole vault in. Right. Okay.
Or more than likely, Facebook's exaggerating it, and he's just trying to get back on the map, get some good press going.
He's a really bad person. I'm sure he did
Is
something
he
really
a bad
bad.
person? I think he's just a weird guy.
I think he did something really bad, but I don't know what.
Yeah,
it
I
is.
think you're thinking of
O.J. Simpson. No, I'm not.
no, yeah, he's bad as well, but
Bruno
Hot and
Mars.
fresh out the kitchen.
Shaggy.
Who sang that song? R. Kelly. Are
R.
you thinking of
Kelly.
R. Kelly? Who weeds
yeah,
on
he's
14-year-old girls.
He's apparently bad. He's
He
a bad
weed on a
person.
14-year-old girl or something.
I'm sure I had tickets. I had tickets to see R. Kelly. I booked them when I was mortal,
Wow.
and I was sick of my life
No,
afterwards.
Nelly.
Oh, that was Nelly. Sorry, not R.
Jesus
Kelly.
Christ, John.
I'm getting mixed up. He got done as well for something.
Did he?
Battering
Not
a
Nelly.
girl, I think.
Oh, Christ.
I don't know.
Anyway, moving
I've
on.
lost it. Is that all yours? You got any more?
They're all mine.
Right,
They're all basketball players.
Because
John,
I took
there you
too
go.
long telling you about the periodic table, we've got to move straight into true or false trivia.
Yeah, okay.
Beat. I'm going to hit you one straight away. You've got to try and guess which are the ones that aren't true. Again, all taken from an absolute accurate movie website in IMDb.
Yeah.
First one. The movie was inspired by an actual series of games in Kiev during the German occupation of the city. Several members of Dynamo Kiev, the top soccer team in Ukraine, found work in a bakery. They formed a successful soccer team with other bakery employees. They began playing in a new league against teams supported by a Ukrainian puppet government. A Ukrainian puppet government, Pete.
Puppet government?
And German military. After they beat a team from a local German air base, the league was disbanded and several of the team members were arrested by the Gestapo
Uh-oh.
and 4 executed.
What?
True or false?
I'm going to go true.
That is true.
Why would you write all of that?
I wouldn't, but I thought,
And also,
I thought it was
why-
an interesting fact until I fucking fucked it up in the middle.
Yes. There you go. Give
So
it
this
away.
is based on true story. Apparently, Dynamo Kiev football players worked in a bakery. They've got a few bakery employees in.
Yeah.
Beat the bloody German Air Force base in like a propaganda game.
Yeah.
And then, but in this time, they got done by the Gestapo and murdered.
Murdered like a
which
real
is-
life ending.
Yes, probably. So that's 1-0, mate. It is physically impossible for 4 men to tunnel down under a stadium using 4 spades in 90 minutes. This is backed up by the fact that it takes workmen in England 8 years to re-tarmac a main road.
Absolutely true.
That's, I don't know. That's,
I mean, the
I
statement's
don't know.
true.
I don't know how true it is to bloody tarmac a road. How long does it take?
20 years.
Probably.
If only we worked at night like the Spanish.
2-0 on for the clean sweep, beat.
Well, you're giving us that, are you?
Yeah. Fuck it.
Thank you.
Reportedly,
Reportedly.
Sylvester Stallone insisted that his character score the game-winning goal in the film, as he felt he was the biggest star.
Oh.
The non-American crew was finally able to convince him of the absurdity of the goalkeeper scoring the winning goal, and the penalty shot was specifically written to placate his ego. True or false?
False.
That's true.
What?
He wanted to score the final goal. There was hell on about it. So he didn't kick off.
I thought
They allowed him to
Stallone-
save a penalty.
I thought Stallone was humble.
I thought he was until I read this shit.
God damn it.
Apparently he's going off it. I haven't got it down here as well, but he was meant to be getting training with Gordon Banks on how to play and goal.
Really?
And he just totally fucked off Gordon Banks. He's like, I don't need this shit. I was in Rocky and stuff.
Wow.
He broke his ribs in his finger trying to like roll about and make saves.
Unbelievable. Why didn't Gordon Banks, if they can get him to try and train
Aye.
Sylvester Stallone, why didn't they get Gordon Banks?
Stallone's the star of the film.
Okay. Is he?
This was after Rocky, you know.
Really?
Aye. I don't know if you've got any points on Stallone when we talk about it. but
Anybody
whatever.
with a physique like that, how could they ever be humble?
He dropped like a shitload of pounds because he wanted to look like he'd been in a concentration camp rather than his Rocky physique.
Fair
To
play
me, he
to
looked
that.
absolutely ripped
Ripped out of
death.
his mind. He's like eating 5 steaks
Yeah.
a day.
One bonus point for him as well. This isn't we're obviously not true or false trivia here, but he refused to have a stunt double
Did he?
to play in goal.
See, back up in my estimations.
So, you notice that in one scene where he's like, "Come on, I'll do it," and there's like balls flying past him left, right, and centre. It's like palm them into the net. Right. A stand-in scores Pele's memorable bicycle kick goal at the end of the match. True or false?
False.
That's false. Pele scored it.
Of course he did. I saw
know.
that happen.
It's bloody Pele, isn't it?
We'll talk about it. I saw that happen 7 times.
That was weird, wasn't it? It was weird because you saw the goal full. We'll talk about when we get
Right, okay.
Osvaldo what is it? Is it
Ardiles.
Ardiles or Ardiles? Ardiles.
Arguiles.
Osvaldo Ardiles said of the 47-year-old Michael Caine and his soccer skills, awful. And he couldn't even run 20 yards.
Sounds absolutely true.
It's true.
Yeah.
He looked like
Michael
ridiculous.
Caine.
How old? He was 47 at the time. He looked like he was 60.
All he wanted to do was sit down and drink a Ferry Bragger.
Very branker.
All right.
Points for anyone who knows where that line's from.
I think it's. Can I say? I think the proper line was
It's a Donny Ringo, innit?
Ferrera Branca.
Ferrera Branca. I'm sitting there. I can't do what you do.
I call it Johnny Branco.
I look up and you've got a family. I can't do impressions.
You're terrible.
To create the sound of a man's arm breaking, director John Huston used the only thing he had available to him at the time.
Didn't sound like a good arm break, like.
A hammer and a bag of peanuts.
True.
That's false.
What?
What the fuck, babe? How do you keep getting these wrong? I don't think you listen.
Because it sounded...
How does a hammer... get a bag of peanuts. Maybe it does, actually. Maybe that'd be unreal. Maybe I'm onto something.
With the sound of the arm break
Yeah.
was terrible.
Okay, I had to look away, even though it was like... I knew nothing was going to happen.
Like peanuts.
I hate shit like that. Like, I hate it. Beat last one. When questioned by news reporters in 2014, Ozzy Ardiles, or Ardiles, whichever way you want to say it,
Ardiles?
said that his greatest ever sporting moment was playing in victory, despite him being a World Cup winner with Argentina in 1978
Wow.
and having other major honours throughout his football career.
Maybe he got paid a lot of money
Sure.
to say that. True.
It's true.
Yeah.
Let's go.
How much did he get paid to say that comment?
No idea, mate. I've just got the IMDb facts.
More like Ozzy or dollars. Dollars? Come on.
Let's move on to film discussion. B,
Right.
I'll move it up to you, but I'm a bit worried because we're watching the film and I don't know how many points you actually made on it.
Please interject when you think we're chronologically synced up.
I will. I've got a few.
Chronologically.
I've not got long. Do you want me to start it off, actually, for
I
one?
can start off.
You started off.
Please be Joe Pesci.
Please be Joe Pesci. This was the dude who dies in the first... Oh, spoilers.
Spoilers for Escape to Victory,
Aye.
also known as Victory.
It does the 20-year rule that you always talk about, isn't it? Is
10
it
years.
10-year rule?
Good to know you've remembered.
Anything
It's the
over-
20-year rule.
Anything over 10 years, Beat says we can discuss and don't have to say spoilers.
Even though we spoil films that just came out 2 weeks ago.
If you haven't seen Escape to Victory, listen to this, then watch it afterwards.
There you go. Don't
Okay.
watch it. Listen to us. It's terrible.
Did you think it was terrible?
Well, not
I think
terrible,
it's a
but
guilty
it's
pleasure,
literally on
me,
for
like.
2 hours.
I think it's a
And
guilty
nothing
pleasure.
happens. Please be Joe Pesci. The guy's rolling around. It's dark. It's a saboteur sneaking out the concentration camp, and it looks like Joe Pesci.
I've
And I was
got
like, no, it's not Joe Pesci.
I've got my first one being Nazis, ominous theme tune, and someone getting gunned down within a minute. I'm in.
Link it up with that.
Link it up.
What a start. That's what I put. What a start.
Next one, Rob.
Indiana Jones, Where Eagles Dare, and Mean Machine had a baby. All right, there you go.
It's apparently based on
Some sort of big as Dynamo Kiev plays.
what's the no? I can't remember. Longest Yard. Have you heard the Longest Yard that was written in like 1978?
The original,
The
The
original.
Longest Yard, or the one
It's
with.
meant to be a mix between this and bloody Schindler's List or something.
Hold on, does The Longest Yard have Adam Sandler in?
No, 1978, man. This is the first.
Don't
one.
tell me The Longest
original.
Yard is a recreation
Yes,
of
it is.
that.
Yeah,
oh
it is.
my god.
Anyway,
what you saying?
no, all you know.
It's the bad guy from Inside Man. Is he typecast as a guy who hates Jews? Now I've gotten this wrong. It's Max von Sydow.
So is it not the guy out of
It's
Inside?
not the guy out of
It looks a
Inside
spit
Man,
of him,
doesn't it?
That's a good shout by you.
So Max von Sydow, Three-Eyed Raven,
Yeah.
also of other fame, probably, but I don't know it. The Last Jedi. No, not The Last Jedi. The Force Awakens.
Force Awakens.
The first scene. He's the first person you see.
Right.
Speaking
Yes.
of Poe Dameron.
Good shout.
There you go.
Can we discuss his character?
Yes.
Is he a bad guy?
He's very human, but he isn't just a footballer. So he was contracted and then wasn't, I guess, raised in deep-hearted Nazi politics.
Yes, but he's a commander, so he must have done a lot to get there.
I think people of fame. What Hitler did was he would have taken people of German fame, put them in high positions
Right.
to get more people to like the Nazi party.
Right, okay, yeah.
Because he goes, wow, this guy's high up. He must be. You know what I mean?
Yes,
that
I
makes sense to a degree.
Yeah, I get you.
I'll get on to points what you're talking
What
about
about
a little
him?
bit later on.
Okay, yeah, go.
Carl von Steiner is the main antagonist I've ever seen. I got that wrong. He's not. He's the point you
Which one's that to do with the eye patch?
Carl von Steiner is Max von Sydow.
Right, okay, I got you.
Quite a different depiction of war. We have Nazis showing abiding NATO's laws of prisoners of war. Did this really happen? Were soldiers treated with some humanity? Also, that's the
They
point.
look like they were living it up, to be fair,
That's the
didn't
point
they?
you're getting at is the Nazis are kind of quite human.
That's
or,
what
or at least depicted
we
as...
kept saying. I don't think I've ever seen Nazis depicted like this
As-
in film.
Yes, they're always just monsters.
Like the biggest villain ever made in film.
But Max von Sydow's like shaking hands, saluting, and
Like
you
Michael
know what I
Caine
mean?
comes with some ridiculous
Absolutely
points he
ridiculous
wants.
plots. He wants the goalkeeper who's escaped the prison already
To come back.
to come back into the team.
and gets agreed and other stuff. He's like he's won tracksuits and stuff like that. And the guy's like, yeah, I'll shake hands with you. Like, what's that all about?
I'll give you some tracksuits. Nuts. Anyway, interesting anyway. There's something I always love about allied forces having different nations bantering off one another, i.e. the Yanks and the Brits. I love when Stallone's just giving a bit to some British soldiers, you know what I mean?
When is this when they're running about in them bloody cotton
Jodhpurs.
wool jodhpurs? I don't get it.
Next point. I wish Bobby Moore was playing Bobby Moore.
Bobby Moore. Why they all get given different names? Like,
What's Pele called?
at
Lawrence.
least call him by the he's Private Luis or something.
Louise. No, it's Lawrence. It's just Lawrence.
Is it? He's got like an English name.
Real
hasn't he?
English name.
I can't remember. I don't know. But I know what you mean.
But I wish they played themselves. Like Pele got captured by the
I've
Nazis.
got a point down here as well. How Michael Caine at like 47-year-old says his career's just been interrupted. Remember that bit?
Right, yeah.
Where he's having to go to with that German guy you've been speaking about.
Yeah, he's like a 47-year-old footballer.
He's like,
they're not gonna,
don't say that to me. It's just been interrupted.
like, what is he gonna still play at
And that
47?
dude, you know the other dude they brought in with the grey hair? He's like all the
he's
Michael
like
Caine.
89 or something like that. Next point. Also, on that note, would Pele be taken into that sort of camp? Were people of his race not like
Just like executed.
in the same way the Jews were?
I think this was kind of on the cusp of the World War ending.
Right.
I think.
This is funny actually. There's an interesting video. Jordan Peterson. Think of him what you will. Politically, I don't know if you follow him or not, but I think he's quite a rational person.
I think it's rational. I enjoy.
In his
some of those.
psychology, what do you do when you deliver like a speech at university? Lecture. He talks about how psychotic Hitler was. So when the war was ending, right, he had the opportunity to kind of put funds into more, I don't know, weaponry. But what he did was he went even harder on like trying to exterminate the Jewish people. So the whole war's ending all around him.
So rather than try and
he's funding everything he can into concentration camps and the running of them to murder people rather than to try and win the... John Peterson says he would have had a much better chance at winning the war if he actually put them to work onto making items and actually being soldiers, but he actually
I can't
just
understand.
nuts, man. Is he a psychopath? Total psychopath?
There's a book that Michael who's coming on.
Yeah.
Dr. Michael Robinson. He's going to come on and do Zulu with us. What's the book? I can't remember what the book is.
What, Hitler's book?
It talks about how
Mein Kampf.
ordinary men. That's what it's called. Ordinary men.
Yes.
It talks about how like normal people like me and you can get enrolled at
Can be
time
changed
and
in
change into people who will
monsters.
kill.
Yeah.
And there's a few like everyone. It's easy to bash and go, I wouldn't do that, but that I think that book makes a case of why they did do it, psychology wise.
The banality of evil. There you go.
He was just fucking mental.
He's a psychopath. That's what he was.
But to get Germany to the position they were is like ridiculous.
He was a psychopath who could deliver the greatest speeches.
Propaganda off the fucking reels.
Crazy man.
Him and Goebbels. Goebbels was propaganda man, wasn't it?
Aye. Anyway, moving on.
Moving on, because this isn't really a war film. I don't know what kind of film it is.
It is a war. No. Pele talks like Tommy Wiseau. Bobby Moore and Pele are drafted in the space of 20 seconds. Can we not spend a little bit more time and getting the cliche or the funny
Yeah.
This.
I look the pacing of this film beat.
Unbelievable.
I couldn't work out what was happening. I didn't understand what was happening to parts. Like
I'm trying to work out the word, what it is, where how it's like a funny, the nuance of getting Pele and Boy. Surely they're like your big stars,
like a massive reveal.
Like
they
walk.
The step of a coach and do a couple of step
And you
overs.
have,
And he
like,
walks over. He's like, "Yep,
Yep.
goes whistle. You two are in."
But when
What's
you
your
have
name,
like the
son?
shot of the back of the head, so you're like, oh, is that Pele? And then he goes to shake his hand, then
Yes.
you see his Pele.
I don't know.
They just drafted in 20 seconds and just turn up. Nuts. Is every line Pele delivered ADR'd? So like filled in afterwards, to those who don't know.
There's one, is it John Walk?
Hey, we need you. We need you. We won't win if you don't go.
One of the not John Walk, sorry.
John Walk?
Might be someone Walk.
More like John Run.
There was a Scottish footballer in this, right?
Right.
And
John Walker.
They dubbed him so he was English.
Really?
Aye.
Oh my god. Oh my god.
This wasn't done by an English director. Remember, the
Okay.
director's American.
Right. There are very weird side plots that are set. There are weird side plots that are set up which are resolved 20 seconds later. I will now name 3. Stallone's going to escape. Guards change, so he stops it.
Right.
Stallone is not allowed on the team, but then he is.
Yeah, just like,
Instantly, because he says...
why does Michael Caine hate him?
I don't know.
He seems like a canny
He's
bloke to have.
American.
He seems like a canny bloke to have around.
Last one, the Polish prisoners might not be allowed on the team, but then it is decided they are. That all them problems are resolved
Did they
within
play?
10 seconds. No, not at all.
Because they couldn't.
They couldn't, or too weak.
That was rough. That was a rough bit.
I suppose a little lift under the cover of what it was like.
You've got to put a lot of trust in Stallone or Hutch. Is it Hutch or Hatch?
Hutch.
Hatch. It's Hatch.
Hatch!
He's called Hatch.
He's called Hatch.
Yeah. You've got to put a lot of trust in someone and not belt off and
Aye.
escape back to America in
Want
that
to try and
situation.
get back on his protein diet, which he needs to clunk 25s around.
And walk into that hostel place with a beautiful girl
Yep.
and pull her in 30 seconds.
Absolutely.
Because that's what happens.
Did
Because
they
it's
ban-
Sly Stallone.
Sly Stallone. I've seen it all now. Bobby Moore holding a life-size replica Action Man.
To be fair, it was quite funny when the dude's head fell off.
Yes.
Like the doll. Obviously, Stallone's not there, so it's a doll of Stallone apparently.
Yeah, they need to make
Keep
up
the
the man
numbers up
count.
when they're doing the roll call
Yeah.
in the morning. And the doll's head falls off, and they all start laughing.
But Bobby Moore tries to, like,
Bobby Moore.
Moore.
Would they not have just all been gunned down at that point or not?
I guess so. Like, again, it's more lenience on the German side.
Aye.
There's no real repercussion to that being done. Like, I see Germans would just, like, take them down and
Take all the
shoot
kit off
them
them.
in
And
the head.
take all the kit off them.
Bobby Moore. 2 seconds.
Bell's gone.
And we're back. Where were we? Yeah, Bobby Moore, right? Why do I say Moore?
I don't know.
Moore.
Moore.
I can't
Bobby
say
Moore.
that. It's just too much for us. Wouldn't he just be directly shot for being the guy who... he is directly the guy filling in for Stallone. Like, all of them
Or just-
laugh like I am Spartacus moment, right?
Aye.
But wouldn't he just be taken around the back and shot in the head?
Probably.
That's
I don't
weird.
know. It's weird. I don't understand.
I want to know how
People are going to go, well, you're totally wrong because at this time in history, the camps were like this.
Oh, the war's dying
Maybe we
down.
haven't done enough
How-
research into
This
it.
is what we want to know. How maybe we haven't done enough research into it. See that and
Because we normally do.
How authentic is the depiction of the actions the Nazis take in the concentration camp? That's all I want to know.
There was far too many Nazi salutes in this. I was starting to get a bit
Yes,
uncomfortable.
we'll get on to that. Oh, next point. Went all out for Nazi authenticity. No punches pulled. Nazi salutes. All our.
Aye.
Interestingly, Max von Sydow didn't do it.
I know.
He did like a thingy across the chest.
It's meant to be a difference in rank.
Oh, right.
That's what I do. So him being a commando or whatever he was
Yes.
does the to the chest and palms down like that.
Aye?
There's different salutes for different ranks.
Oh, I didn't know that.
So all the grunts have got to do the Heil Hitler.
Sig Heil.
What was I going to say? I've got like my points are
Run him through.
what I said before. Really, the points are that doll is a better actor than Stallone in this. What is happening? So Stallone has to go ahead and tell the Allies. A lot of trust is going into him.
Right.
Said that. How well does this film portray Germans? 4 lads and a spade are doing well. And then there's a lot of Nazi salutes in this. And it's making me very uncomfortable.
Right.
Although, instead of salutes, I've got saloons. As in Western saloons. I don't know why. And then I've got 4-1 Stallone concussion. That's a point.
What does that
Back to
mean?
yours.
Back to mine. Commentator is in full Nazi garb, yet sounds more British than a 2 cans of
what's that all
Boddingtons and a
about?
chicken tikka masala. I don't
Is that
understand.
the point?
Yeah, that's the point. That's the
Have you
point.
got is that all your points?
3 more points.
more.
4 more points. Do you think Pele counted the goals scored in this game to his overall total?
Is this a little nuance to him having 500 goals?
It's a little criticism to goals in PE being counted to Pele's final
There was a
1,100.
bit of was it dubious when he was playing in America? He scored like his 500 goal or something.
Something like that.
But like he's counted like 50 from like friendlies and stuff like that.
I think so.
That's sort of the point
No
was.
PE goals?
PE goals.
We witnessed Pele score, which is then re-shown 5 times. Can you explain?
In a very weirdly edited style.
I think what happened
So you
was...
see the goal in full motion.
Yes.
Then you see a slow mo of the goal.
Yeah.
And then it goes backwards where you're just seeing the bicycle.
Keep on seeing it.
Rather than... Feels like it's done the wrong way around.
Now, I think what's happened here is they've shot the footage in the editing room. What's happened is Stallone said, I want the final save of the penalty, so I'm the big star. But then Pele's group have said, we need to show Pele off.
Right, okay.
So then they've edited so Pele gets like a 5-minute 1 goal.
Like a montage.
Yes.
Is it a montage? No.
I guess it is a montage. A montage
I'd say a
is that.
montage, aye.
It's a cutting up of time.
Yeah.
Aye. So they want to show balls on Pele. Player stops after Stallone saves a penalty. Like he just he saves a live penalty, the ball's live, and he just throws it.
This is a 4-4, isn't it?
I think.
Does the game finish 4-4?
No.
Are you sure?
I don't know.
I think it finishes
I was
4-4.
that bored after 2 hours, I could not tell you.
It was So is that your final point?
Final point is, why did it turn into Predator Vision at the end?
Is that where it goes blue at the end?
It goes blue at the end.
And you've got the lines on the side, I get you.
I don't know what happened.
There was a lot of money paid to people in this film, wasn't there?
Whoa, how much are they paying the extras?
I know, like
No,
Pele and that.
I guess the France, maybe the extras are like, well, we need to get back at the Nazis, let's show a little bit of camaraderie.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't know.
They got like Pele and they
Yeah.
got Bobby Moore. And then they got like 5 lads from Ipswich Town just to make. I think they spent the budget fully on that.
Yeah.
I don't know. What do you think of the film in Holby? We'll just go straight into it.
Bored the fucking life out of us. Probably the
As you can
hardest.
tell, you can probably tell it bored the life out of us.
Probably.
I enjoyed it. I had a good time watching it.
I issue any podcast / any sort of video maker on YouTube to try and review this film and like make.
It's
some
a mess,
sort of-
like, isn't it?
It's like a mess. Right, the first hour goes like the pace of every plot point is going 1 mile a minute.
I didn't know what was going on. I could work out what was going on.
100 miles a minute, sorry. And then like the second half's just like these 3 weird British generals trying to make up an escape plan.
Who are they?
That we keep on cutting back to.
and
then-
you just see him like that in the
Yeah.
fucking thing.
And then
Would
like,
they not be? He's celebrating at the end, but would he not be pissed off because they chose not to go down the fucking
Well,
mine
they didn't
shaft?
go down they come out the second half. And
What
they
happens to
go-
the French
They
dudes?
come out the second half and we'll get a shot of the guys, the British commanders, and they're like, "Oh, he's done it again!" Like one on the head, but he was like crying his eyes out, like they're dead.
Why does the dude? Because obviously, when they're saving the guys, it goes into the dressing room,
Yeah,
and it's like a pool. Like in them days, you used to have like a pool for everyone to jump into rather than showers
a
and that.
communal pool.
So they're digging the bottom of the pool upwards. They've in 90 minutes they've managed to dig a tunnel and go below this pool.
Yeah,
And the guy just comes while the water's flushing all the way down through this hole. He just goes through it and pops his head out. Why don't you just let the water come down?
dramatic
Let
effect.
the pool empty.
Dramatic effect. Also,
That says a lot about the film. That's the only bit that I remember.
Michael Caine is playing with footballers in jodhpurs and a vest, right, in searing hot weather. When he asks for better gear, he gets a full jumpsuit
Full red
and
tracksuit.
black boots.
And then the lads are just hitting the piss when they're running.
It's like, how bad is that? You'd be hot.
I loved the ad libs in it. That was one of my favourite bits.
The
How,
ADL.
you know, when they're playing footy or in the shower. You know, the shower scene when he's escaping.
Hey Jimmy, well done, mate. Look at the background.
Oh, you better not be touching my back here.
Oh.
It's like, just them whistling and stuff. I just thought it was brilliant.
Daft.
You'd imagine them pelling everyone in a room like a sound booth.
Yeah,
just having fun.
crazed.
Just having fun.
Unbelievable.
I was going on to something else there, but I've totally forgotten. The old dude who I can't remember, but he was a footballer.
He was like 8-year-old.
You'll know him because he's like real old compared to everyone else.
Yep.
Did you see him do when the Germans making bad tackles and it's alluded to the refs on the German side, but when it were playing the game, I thought he was pretty fair, wasn't he?
Really fair, right?
Really fair. Bobby Moore just
makes
nails.
like a nasty tackle in the box and
And
gets
they're
given
kicking
his
off about it.
Oh my god, how can you give that?
He's like absolutely nailed this dude. But the old dude looks at the ref and does that.
Oh, like a little
He does
bit
like
like
the Hitler salute hitting the pitch.
Unbelievable.
I was like, this is getting really uncomfortable. This is too much for us. I just don't know.
Who knew?
Final ratings beat.
Fuck, now I was bored sick.
We both sick of
Bored
it.
sick. It gives a representation of war that I don't know that's true. I don't know. I can't speak for the
Right,
people.
yeah.
Pele's in it.
I don't think he did too bad. I thought he was pretty funny.
I'm going.
I love how skills have evolved, though.
Yes.
Like a good dribble, it's a
Like,
skill back then.
Ball
like,
roll, kick it through his leg.
Yeah.
That's all it was.
Although the Rabona by Ozzy Ardiles, Ardiles,
But it
was
doesn't
good.
go anyway. Like you Rabona him, but then it's made heads
He's
back
made
the other
skill.
way.
The portrayal that the other skill that like he's just a full Rabona over someone's head. Like and then the English dude like takes it on the chest and then heads it.
Aye,
And it's just like the
The
same.
exact other way.
Like,
Unbelievable.
but the film like it's the same skill as a Rabona. I don't know.
Daft.
Look at us using football terms by the
Oh
way.
my god. Drink of water. Yawn.
Is it boring you this film beat?
Bore the life out of us. I'm going. Just a fucking Keanu Reeves acting.
It's not a shit.
It's not a
Give
shit.
that right. Okay, I'll go with
It's,
that.
it's not a shit because it's got
Keanu Reeves acting in
got
Bram
Pele,
Stoker's Dracula.
It's got Pele, it's got Sly Stallone, it's got Michael Caine, it's got Bobby Moore,
We're in. We're sold.
but it's got Bram Stoker Dracula levels of acting.
Should we go into some fan questions?
Fan questions it is.
Let's go. Beat, we've got Nick here. At another game. I always say the Twitter handle wrong. So follow Nick, people. It's at another GMG blog. I always say game blog. Just give Nick a follow.
Right.
Top man.
Get it right.
Member of CRASSide. He says, in the run-up to any World Cup game, if you did a shot every time 1966 was mentioned, how long would you survive? I think it was mentioned 15 times in the first half of the Panama match.
As long as Joe Pesci in Escape to Victory.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay, there you go, Nick. Nick also says, if you're doing a sports film, I'd recommend Rush,
Rush.
the F1 film. Have you seen it before?
With James Hunt and
Nicky Lauda.
Niki Lauda.
Have you seen it?
I haven't seen it.
Excellent film. I watched it a couple of months back. I think it was on Netflix or Amazon Prime,
Yeah.
which you can't use and you're kicking off about.
Yes.
But definitely worth a watch.
Good
Great
film.
film. Yeah.
Is Chris Hemsworth good in it?
Yeah.
Does he have the charm of James Hunt?
Yes, he does.
Right.
He's really good in it. We've got 20-word movie reviews here. Give them a follow on Twitter, people. Very cool. You can guess what they do. It says, hi guys, any good football and Easter eggs that you've noticed in a film before?
In a film?
He says, to be honest, this is just a way for me to slip in the fact that Die Hard with a Vengeance, there is a football with a Northern Ireland flag on it in the back of the car. What a claim to fame.
Wow.
He's tagged the picture. I love that.
Incredible.
He's obviously from Northern Ireland. Beat, do you want to pause it while we think of some?
Let's pause it.
We're back.
We're back. For me, it's the goal Archie Gemmill scored to do what? I can't remember. Send Scotland where?
I can't remember.
Anyway, it's in train
in
spotting.
train spotting, I get
The
it.
goal better than sex. There you go.
I'm going Kess.
Kes.
I'm going to be a slightly balding Bobby Charlton. What a film Kess is, by the way. We need to do
Incredible.
that.
A great representation of the North.
And pretty any much film that's got a football kit in.
Right, of course, that's fair. Yeah, great answer.
Goal.
Goal. An asthmatic who doesn't reveal he's asthmatic and is used as a major plot point hinge.
I want to do goal with Cootie, our mate, who's... We want to get him on the podcast to do goal.
Right.
Pro footballer, just signed for Grimsby.
Yes.
Good luck to him.
Yeah.
Hope he has a good time. Of course he will. He's going to smash it up.
Cootie, Don't reveal you're asthmatic. You'll be like destroyed or something. Bullied.
Destroyed. B, next question.
Yeah.
It's from legendary member of CRASSide Bosk.
Okay.
And what we did for this question was totally pass it off as our own and put another question out there for everyone to answer.
Okay.
He says, "Hi, Boss from Bristol here. So here's the single best movie football question ever.
I like it.
Who would be your starting Hollywood 11?
Oh, Jesus Christ.
What positions would the actors or actresses, Keira Knightley for set pieces in brackets, play and why? Mic drop. I love it, Bosk.
There you go.
So what we're going to do is, since I plagiarised it,
Yeah.
everyone threw in their own. So I'll mention everyone's. You can make comments on it, B.
Yeah.
And then we'll do our own at the end.
Okay.
Okay. So Bosk's gone. Liam Neeson, Bradley Cooper, Charlotte Copley, and Rampage Jackson in defence.
Rampage.
Strong, solid, tactical. Always an A-team choice. Yeah.
Oh, right.
You didn't even click on, did you?
I get it. I was like, why is
Why
has he put Charlotte Copley in?
Tom Holland in goal. Spidey powers. You got
makes
me.
Perfect sense.
Imagine
is that
him.
cheating? Can we talk about that? Is that cheating?
Boss, you're cheating.
Are you cheating? Because he can
No.
just stick the ball to his hand or his foot.
Would that not be detrimental?
No, because he can turn it on or off.
What if he turns into like
The
the
spider
spider
monster.
creature
Even
and just goes wild?
even more cheating.
Okay. Right where we're at now. 20-word movie reviews
Or is
said
it- is it-
Sergio Ramos would have to be in there. A great villain and pretty good at play acting as well.
Oh,
Yes, I
very
like that
good.
one.
He's a great actor, Sergio Ramos, as well as Busquets. There you go.
Michael Robinson, who we've mentioned before, Dr. Michael Robinson, coming off Zulu. He said, would Vinnie Jones be classed as an actor or a player?
What would player?
Player.
Not the best actor.
He's done very well though, hasn't he?
Yes,
He's fucked now though, but like he had a good.
He's fucked now.
When we went, what was the last film he was in?
Lock, Stock and Two Smoking Barrels.
He's probably like an
The
estate.
Juggernaut.
He's probably an estate
The last
agent
role he
somewhere
played
now.
was the Juggernaut.
I'm gonna say he's an estate agent.
X-Men 3. He's an estate agent.
I'm just guessing.
What does that mean?
That's what all retired footballers do, don't they?
Of course. You know, like what the World Cup winners of '66 were paid that badly. They ended up being like tarmac and roads and that.
Aye.
Unbelievable.
Who was it? Fucking hell. I can't remember now. There was a point. Michael Caine met someone on set of this film, and then I think it was the goalkeeper Gordon Banks or someone. He went on to do bespoke shirt making,
Wow.
and Michael Caine's his biggest like.
I'd like
buys all
advertiser.
the stuff out.
Right, unreal.
We've got Nick back. Nick's chimed in with another one. He says,
Nickelback.
"Not doing positions because I know nothing about football,
Got ya?
but I'll give reasons why.
For perfect.
Early suggestions. Harry Kane, no explanation needed.
Right. Is this going to be a full 11 of
World-class striker.
footballers?
Just 3 at the minute. Boris Johnson, infamous tackle at the charity match. Robert Patrick, T1000 sprint down the pitch. I'm all about
That's
that.
a class act.
Why not? He's gone Bill Paxton, purely so he could shout "Game over, man!"
Oh my
at
word.
the end. This
the
is getting
force.
better. Michael Caine pulled off the Italian job. He can do anything.
Oh my, this is great stuff.
Sean Bean, if he can take 3 arrows and survive for a bit, he can take a tackle. Messi, because he's Messi.
There you go.
We ain't arguing that. Excellent, I loved it. We've got Matt Casa 90 here as well. Hindle, shout out, top man. One of my best friends. He says, goalkeeper, Jason Statham, aka the Monk.
Oh,
Left back, Matt Smith, Doctor Who.
What?
He played for Nottingham Forest as a youth.
He's also got a shovel face.
Christian Bale, he's Batman.
What does that mean? What, you just stick me he's Batman so he's going to play centre half?
He's Batman.
John, he's too much of an artist to be in football.
Channing Tatum, I like what he's done here. Played varsity soccer for Tampa Bay.
Did he?
Apparently so.
Where are these playing? Centre half or just in the team?
This is centre.
somewhere?
He's got like 4-4-2. Right back, Danny Dyer, aka Billy the Limpet.
Billy the Limpet.
What a film that's out of, by the way. Left mid, Serge Kasabian, baller and a legend.
Absolutely.
Serge's
tremendous.
he's a good footballer, by the way. On
He
the fly,
sent
isn't he?
David Seaman back into like
He's-
some
he's
sort of mental
unreal
depression after he
footballer.
chipped him.
Vinnie Jones, the mean machine.
These are all just Mean Machine players. Monk, Danny the Limpet, and fucking Mean
Matt
Machine.
has a 90.
Stop stealing off Mean
He
Machine.
just took the Mean
Can't just
Machine.
use the full 11 from Mean Machine.
Kuno Becker, goal.
And goal. What, so you just got in football? Alright.
Beckham, dreadful actor, but he can play. Yes, we said that. CR7, the GOAT.
Oof.
Harry Kane, would love to see him act. In brackets, subtitles required.
Alright then. Making
Alright,
fun
then.
of disabilities, are we, John? Is that what we've come to?
He's only got a lisp.
Is a lisp a
A
disability?
lisp isn't a disability, Beat.
Now, is a disability something that is different about you, or something that impacts your social status? Moving on.
Moving on. And then Bosk has just come back and photoshopped that.
Why?
Sound.
Has Brew Forsyth's head been put on Pierre Colina, or was it
Bruce Forsyth, good game, good game.
nice? So he calls it.
Absolutely love it. That is an excellent Photoshop, Bosk. I will give you that one.
We're proud of it. It's exactly what we would do. We'd probably make it a little
Absolutely
bit
loved it.
worse if we could, but I like the pixelation around the head. It's almost too well made.
Right, we've got at NTFTT pod here. At NTFTT. Sorry, I can't pronounce it. At NTFTT pod. Give them a listen, people. Great podcast. Fellow members of Loosely Connected. Let's go. In goal, Jet Li.
I mean, he's the monk.
Donnie Yen. Jackie Chan.
Donnie Yen.
Daniel Wu. Chuck Norris. Tony Jaa.
Tony Zhao.
Jason Statham. Mark Dacascos.
I have no idea.
Robin Shue.
He's got shoes.
Chris Casamassa.
What?
And Ho Sung Pak.
Right.
Let's go.
Predominantly Asian.
I think
Kung
a
Fu
lot
based.
of Kung Fu based actors.
Naturally makes
Love
sense.
it.
Shaolin soccer. Is that insensitive and a racist? I don't. No, wait. I don't know what I'm talking about anymore.
Jake's come in and said, after much deliberation with myself, I've cut my final 11. I call it Shitehawk FC.
Shy Hawk?
Shitehawk.
Or Shite Hawk?
In goal, we've got Will Ferrell. Right back, we've got Jack Black. Have you seen Jack Black on stage murdering Prince, by the way?
Murdering Prince?
Aye. He tries to do a Prince cover and just absolutely murders it.
I've seen him do the metal.
I don't mind. I don't mind Jack Black, though. Centre back, Tommy Lee Jones. Centre back, Josh Brolin.
Right, just
Captain,
stern,
by the way.
Stern, wrinkly old man.
Left back, Charlie Day.
Who's Charlie Day?
That's the dude out of I don't know.
You don't know who Charlie Day
Not
is?
too sure.
Brilliant.
Google him.
Google him.
Right mid, Jason Sudeikis. Centre mid, Owen Wilson. Centre mid, Samuel L. Jackson,
It's
of
like
course.
a comedy 11. Sam Jackson.
Sam Jackson there, what a
Ballin'.
legend. Left mid, Chris Pratt. Striker, Paul Rudd. And striker, Ryan Reynolds.
So it's quite comedically themed.
It's comedically themed, I'm sure it is.
Okay.
I love it. Bar Tommy Lee Jones, who would just be angry through the full thing.
Yeah, he'd be like,
And more than likely get sent off.
yeah, definitely. Probably wouldn't turn up.
And beat. That's all.
Remember
That's
when
all.
Tommy Lee Jones was in a skirt fighting Steven Seagal?
What?
What's that film called?
I've got no idea what you're talking about.
He's in a kilt and he's in a leather jacket.
So there's a difference between a kilt and a skirt, beat.
Sorry,
you know, you've just
is
said
there?
about you've just said about lisps.
Yes.
Like that would
I know for a
that
fact
would-
a skirt isn't a disability.
that would probably
John.
there goes my mic. That would probably offend more people by calling a kilt a skirt.
I don't know about that. Now it is a skirt. Here we go. What's the semantics here? Is a skirt...
No, it's kilt, but it's not a skirt. It's a kilt.
What, skirt defined as a piece of fabric which is woven into a circular fashion that fits around the hips.
Fucking Google.
Does kilt fall into skirt?
No,
Like
a kilt's a kilt.
like human falls into mammal. You know what I mean?
I don't know, B. I'm not going in the in and out of a fucking kilt.
All right.
All right. We need to do our first 11.
I'm going for a kilt in the goal. No one.
Can you do it off the top of your head or not?
No, Terry Crews.
I'll tell you what we'll do. We'll post our first 11. We'll think about it, we'll give it a good think, and we'll post on the Twitter.
Terry Crews, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Brock Lesnar.
Got to be why Brock Lesnar?
Because these are people you would send to the aliens and they would turn and run tail.
I get you. Who else are we scared of?
The guy with No Country for Old Men, Javier Bardem, but it's his actual actor's character, not Javier Bardem, because there you go, he's just an actor.
So it's the dude.
Johnny Depp, he'd scare the heebie-jeebies of anybody.
Would you be Johnny Depp as Captain Jack Sparrow or not?
No, Johnny Depp, who's like 80 and spent all of his money on cocaine.
Right, okay. He was just that weird advert for the perfume where he takes
Visage.
his, where he takes his
where he
chains
buries
off
his
and that.
jewellery, which is... And he crosses a buffalo and he's like, where am I? Didn't know I'd do this.
Right, we're at midfield beat.
Midfield. Mickey Rourke. Who wants to touch
Centre midfield,
Who wants to
Mickey
touch him?
Rourke.
Who wants to touch him?
Arnie, centre mid.
Yep, dying of a heart attack probably.
2 quick wingers, who you picking?
Quick wingers. Wait, have they got to be actors?
There'll be actresses as well.
Actresses.
2
Who's
actresses on the
rapid?
wing.
Chloe Grace Moretz, I don't know.
Chloe Grace Moretz. And I'm going to go for Scarlett Johansson.
Yeah. See her at half time.
No.
No!
Up front. Target woman.
Target woman.
You know the one out of Game of Thrones?
Yep.
What's she
there we
called
go.
again? Fuck. Stormtrooper. She's a fucking legend. Gwendolyn Christie.
Gwendolyn Christie.
There you go. And then we need a little Danny DeVito as well.
Joe Pesci.
We're going big and little up
Joe
front.
Pesci's got a Mac
Joe
in
Pesci's
there.
instead, okay? That brings an end to it.
We're not going to post the team because it's right there.
Guess what we're doing next, Bede?
Yep.
We're seeing Mission Impossible.
Can we just make the
I
joke
can't
of who
fight the feeling.
Can we just make the joke of who I put in goal? Abu Hamza. Right there you go. I've made the joke, alright? I've went there. Alright?
I think the more comfortable you get, the more chance there is of this podcast sending us down.
Definitely.
Right. I don't want to end on Abu Hamza. I've got to go with something else.
Look, I don't think he's the best person.
Anyway, let's go. So we're going to see Mission Impossible in the week. I think it's out, isn't it? Or coming out?
Is it 26th or something?
Yeah, it's coming out soon.
No, next month probably. I've got that wrong.
I don't know. It's been like
You said it was next
I
month, and
love
I
how
said it was
they've
coming out.
advertised the tits of this. By the way, it's been getting advertised for 2 months.
Yeah, but I still don't know when it's out.
I
So they haven't advertised it enough, have they?
Are you looking forward to it?
Yes.
I'm bloody looking forward to it.
It's got Henry Cavill in like a suit shirt, which is way too big for him.
And
Like,
just fighting.
And he's just fighting.
He's
and
the
he's sweaty.
hammer,
There you
apparently.
go. Boom.
And we get to talk about how Tom Cruise just does all his own stunts and he kills himself by
He
doing
kills
it.
himself.
Breaks
He's
his
got
arms.
some sort of mental problem. Thinks he's
Are we
indestructible.
going to go back to talk about Tom Cruise's mental state of
He's
health?
trying to compensate for his comments on Scientology by proving how much of a psychopath.
I'm going to do a little bit research and find out whether he's still a Scientologist.
Yeah.
Because we didn't know last time we spoke about it. Anyway, that brings us into a great podcast. Hope you've enjoyed Appeal. I've been John.
I've been beat.
And guess what, Pete?
Yeah.
It's coming home.
Okay.
Vindaloo!
Bye bye.